Hi everyone, just before this video starts, I'd just like to let you know that I am doing Movember, which is a thing I think maybe just in the UK, where we raise money for men's mental health by growing a moustache in November or growing some sort of facial hair in November. I'm going to put my link down below if you'd like to donate. This is not something to do with the QTube, but it's just something that I'm doing, and yeah, it'd be really great to see some donations from you guys. Onto the video. Life has been pretty busy recently, very busy indeed. I started a new job, a new project, I'm doing more work at the QTube, I'm moving, and it just feels like all hours in the day are being filled up. Not to mention the fact that suddenly there are less daylight hours to do all of this in, and it just feels like I'm starting to slip a little. I'm sure there's plenty of you that feel the same way I do at the moment. Perhaps you too are moving house, or you've just started university, or you've just finished university and you're sitting there dumbfounded by the possibilities of what happens next. Perhaps you've just started a project, or perhaps you've just finished a project, or maybe your life has been flipped upside down and the spouse has left you and taken the kids. Now, if that's the case, then I'm very sorry and you were too good for them anyway, but you should probably seek advice elsewhere. What I'm getting at here is that suddenly, as we're now well into autumn, and with the cold snap of winter approaching, life has become cluttered. Firstly, it's not at all uncommon to feel like this. September and October are always busy months, and it just feels like no matter how many holes you plug up, suddenly something else starts leaking elsewhere. So I want to take this opportunity to have a bit of an autumnal declutter and re-establish my focus. Hopefully you're able to do the same. Maybe you've already got your life together ready for winter. Even so, I'm happy you've joined me. I think I'll start with tidying and cleaning the studio. A tidy room is a tidy mind, as they say, and that is absolutely the case. I find it so much easier to work in a studio that's tidy with minimal distractions. Now, ironically, when writing the script for this video, I paused to clear up the desk a little bit as I could see the clutter in front of me and it was just affecting my focus. So a tidy mind means I'm able to achieve the level of focus I want to achieve, as focus is something that I can really struggle with. I think as well, tidying up a space sort of reconnects you to it. Sometimes I think of my studio as a sort of companion that I rely on, and it relies on me, so letting the clutter get out of hand is like I've neglected a friend, and tidying it up is like just dropping them a text to say, hey, life's been busy, but I haven't forgotten you exist, let's grab a drink soon. It re-establishes a connection that may have been momentarily lost. Now that that's done, I think it's time to remind myself of my goals for the rest of the year. Which of them have I already achieved? Which of them have I missed out on? Are there any I will no longer be able to achieve before the end of the year? If so, that's fine, but can I renew them for next year? You may find that some goals that we set 6 to 12 months ago are no longer relevant or even worth pursuing. Perhaps we've outgrown them, or it may even be that our priorities have shifted. I think it's really important to frequently remind ourselves of who we were 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago, even 10 years ago. What that person wanted from life, what they wanted from music, what they wanted in their future. Because the person that you are is constantly changing, and I think it's good to align your current goals with that of past you in order to reconnect with yourself. For most of us, it's currently not the right time for setting new goals. That usually comes in the new year. Of course, if you feel like things have changed that much, that right now is the right time, then absolutely go for it. But generally, I find that this limbo between summer and winter, I think, is the best time to remind yourself of why you do what you're doing. what you've achieved this year and what you want to do to progress. In my own case, this is usually something not even related to music, but instead some way I would like to move forward in my personal life. Now, finally, to refocus myself, if I'm able to, I just like to stop everything I'm doing and just write some music for an hour. Not for a project, for myself. I try to do this every day, and this is such an important point in the day for me. It usually comes in the early afternoon, about 1 or 2 o'clock, or when I just feel like I'm not getting anywhere with what I've been working on that day. Sometimes it takes a bit of motivation to start writing, but I find that once I get into the swing of things, I really am able to access a sort of peace that just resets me for the rest of the day. It's like there's this creative monster inside of me that was just itching all morning to get out, and it's only satisfied when I give it that hour. Often I find that I don't even want to stop writing once I've started, but I always pull the plug at an hour because I don't want to turn that portion of my day into something that I grow tired of. I want it to be something I think about and am excited for when I'm doing some other form of work. That hour of the day is like a hobby within a career for me, if that makes any sense. To conclude, I'd just like to say that, it's really important that we spend this time to reestablish our focus, declutter our lives, and drill into what we find important, and whether that's, family or friends, or if it's just your music, absolutely make sure that you're focusing on that, because you'll find that areas of your work and of your career will just excel when you are able to re-establish your focus on the things that matter. Thanks so much for watching and tuning in to another episode of Archie's Diary. I think this was a really nice one. It's something I've been thinking about for a little while, and I'm glad you were here to join me on it. Remember to like, subscribe, and ding the bell to be notified when we release more like this on the YouTube channel. Head over to our library, theqtube.com/library, to become a member for as little as £1 a month and have access to our whole range of unscored clips. We've just had a new release which is called Footy 2023. If you can get a score in before next Wednesday, when I'll be doing a giveaway, you have the chance to win the transit plugin from Baby Audio. Just upload your score to Footy 2023 with the hashtag QTubeFooty23. That's QTube FOOTI23. Anyway, have a great weekend. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye now.